Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about the difference between a lawsuit, as in a legal lawsuit, and a dental board regulatory complaint, not a lawsuit. Completely different channels for a complaint. You don't know which way the patient is going to go with their grievance. So, I mean, the other option is they just complain to their insurance, but that's really not a huge deal. I have personally gone through the regulatory complaint, again, got out of it, no problem. I did absolutely nothing wrong. But also because I had impeccable charting and due diligence. I've had an insurance complaint where I was forced to give back a refund, and we had to pay for an implant for the patient. That was part of the agreement, which was bullshit. But I guess I don't know that much about the insurance stuff. I don't think there's anything is reported. I don't know what happened. That was with the DSO, and I did absolutely nothing wrong there either. And that was the office manager. And the last one would be the lawsuit. And I've never had a lawsuit with the patient, thankfully, but I have had lawsuits with my consulting business. Not that I did anything wrong, again, just learning ways to talk better, not to have such a big mouth, which is hard when you're trying to educate people and put information out there. So, and especially when you're saying the truth. But in any case, things I learn, right? You can learn the same thing. And you guys with your social media, you guys got to watch out. A lot of you have some big social media. So, and good for you. Okay, so a lawsuit's a lawsuit. Patient goes and finds an ambulance chaser lawyer. They try to find an opportunity to get you so they can get some money. Lawyer gets, 33, 40%, depending on what type of agreement they have. Usually these are on contingency, where usually the patient doesn't have to pay anything. The attorney only gets money if the patient gets paid, so it's a win-win for them or a lose-lose for them. So usually, if it is an ambulance chaser, you can assume that they think they're going to win if they're going to come after you, because having been on the other side of some of this stuff before, where I've been chased by ambulance chasers, I learn a lot of stuff about what doctors can do, not do, and how easy it is to get money from doctors and dentists. To be really honest, it really is quite easy, especially if you find one that's a little messy and sloppy. So sometimes if you're a messy and sloppy person, you're going to be easy prey for someone, for a patient that's done this before. I mean, I think a lot of this stuff is public, unless it's closed. So you can even you can even Google people, but I'm not saying to do that. But in any case, okay. So lawsuit's a lawsuit. You guys know how that works. I think the dental board regulatory complaint is something different. Again, this might be different in different states, but for the most part, this is from your state dental board, which has usually a collection of dentists, hygienists, auxiliaries, and lay people who are on the board. If you've never been and sat in on a dental board hearing, they're usually quarterly or monthly or whatever in your state. I don't think those people get paid to be on the board. I'm not sure. I think it's an honor, but I think they get their travel paid and maybe a per diem. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I have sat in on board meetings in my state just because I was trying to pass a bill and trying to lobby and trying to testify way back when I had time to do stuff like that for dental laws. And I have written and passed a dental law before. So that was a cool thing. But I learned a lot because they will go over, they'll start calling out names, and they will like quickly suspend licenses. Just so, I mean, it's almost callous the way they do it. This is just their job, right? They hear the data, they hear it, they take a vote, boom, your license is gone, boom, your license is suspended. And once you're kind of on that short list of potentially naughty dentists in a state, any complaint they get, they're going to look into. So the problem is, and I think I went over this in the last video, if there's been a lot of settlements and if some stuff is public knowledge, especially if your business had to give a refund or the insurance had to give a refund, that data is often transmitted back over to the dental board. If that data becomes public knowledge and the dental board catches whiff of it, they may look into stuff more. Or if you have a complaint, whereas a patient sent a complaint to the dental board instead of hiring an attorney, which is actually, you should be more scared of that. I would say you should be more scared of that than the attorney, because a lot of times the attorney's just annoying and you have to give some money just to sweep it, to get rid of it, to get rid of the people. But usually your attorney, yeah, it's going to cost you money. But the dental board regulatory complaint, that is significantly more dangerous to you. So you should be scared of that. And as much as it's annoying and you may have done something absolutely not wrong, I think this is just something that's going to happen to you a few times in your career. If you escape this, you're in either a very chill state or a state with very chill people, because I think it's pretty common. The dental board can start looking into other stuff. They can look into your CEs. They can audit your CEs. They can look into your OSHA. There's a lot of stuff they have power over. They can look into your staff. They can do inspections. There's so much stuff they can do. And if they find you're doing stuff outside the scope of practice, you're toast. You are toast. So this is another reason to keep your side of the street clean, because you don't want these complaints. And I feel like the more educated patients go through the dental regulatory board complaints. The more ambulance chasing kind of patients go to quick money, which you are more likely to get out of. But anyways, I hope that helps. All right, just stay away from all this. Thanks.